I think we're looking again at a lost technology. And it was this ancient apocalypse 12,800 years ago that wiped that from the human memory banks almost completely.
The Sahara Desert is an endless ocean of sand that has guarded its secrets for millennia. It's a place of legends, where ancient empires once thrived and mysterious tales echo in the wind. But what secrets has the Sahara concealed for so long? Join us as we unravel 20 of the most shocking secrets buried under the Sahara's desert. Number 20. The walking whale. In the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert, there is a remarkable place known as Wadi al-Hitan, which translates to the Valley of the Whales. As the name clearly indicates, Wadi al-Hitan is renowned for its abundance of whale fossils that have been uncovered over the years. So many fossils have been found here that Wadi al-Hitan has earned the prestigious status of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, underscoring the significant value of these discoveries. What makes Wadi al-Hitan truly extraordinary are the numerous complete whale skeletons discovered in the area. These fossils reveal that millions of years ago, whales were not exclusively ocean dwellers, but were actually capable of walking on land. This groundbreaking revelation changes everything we thought we knew about the evolution of whales. Adding to the excitement, some of these fossils have been found with their stomachs intact, a rare and invaluable find in the world of paleontology. For a long time, scientists have pondered how whales could have evolved to their current form, fully adapted to life in the ocean. The discovery of these walking whale fossils provides the missing pieces of the puzzle, offering a clear picture of their evolutionary journey. Number 19. Lost fortresses. Archaeologists have made an incredible discovery in the Sahara Desert, unearthing what can only be described as real-life castles in the sand. These ancient structures provide a fascinating glimpse into a long-lost civilization. Using recent satellite images, researchers have identified over 100 fortress settlements that belong to the mysterious Garamantes people in southwestern Libya. These communities, which date back to roughly AD 81 to 500, were part of an advanced society that thrived in the region from the 2nd century BC to the 7th century AD. The discovery was made possible through careful analysis of modern satellite technology, including high-resolution images used by the oil industry and aerial photographs taken decades ago during a journey in early 2011. Pottery samples from the Garamantes were also collected, confirming the existence of these ancient fortresses. However, research came to a sudden halt due to the outbreak of the civil war that ended Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi's 42-year rule. Sadly, due to financial constraints, much remains unknown about these hidden fortresses. But as research continues, there is hope that future studies will unveil more secrets of this remarkable archaeological find. Number 18. Singing sand dunes. One of the most captivating features of the Sahara Desert is its vast sand dunes, especially when bathed in the warm tones of a setting sun. The combination of these towering dunes and the golden sunset creates breathtaking photos, a favorite among visitors. This strange phenomenon might remind us of the legendary tales of Marco Polo. In his chronicles, Polo described the strange, almost supernatural experiences he encountered in the deserts near the town of Lop in the greater Gobi region. His stories were so otherworldly that many dismissed them as pure fantasy. However, buried within these tales were grains of truth, one of which was the legend of the Singing Sands. Polo believed that these deserts were haunted by spirits and demons, whose voices echoed through the night, luring unsuspecting travelers off the safe paths. He even claimed that these spectral sounds could be heard during the day, resembling the melodies of various musical instruments. Indeed, the Sahara's dunes do produce sounds reminiscent of music, but there's nothing supernatural about them. All over the world, certain dunes are known to sing, boom, and even rift. For years, scientists have been intrigued by this phenomenon, trying to uncover the mystery behind these desert unities. Number 17. Ancient rock art. This site is nestled in the heart of the Sahara with over 15,000 carefully crafted rock drawings and engravings that offer a window into a world long past, capturing the dynamic interplay between humans and their environment from around 6000 BC to the early centuries of the present era. These artworks are not merely decorations, they are historical records etched into stone, preserving the memory of a time when the Sahara was a fertile land, supporting a rich diversity of life. The detailed depictions include a variety of animals such as elephants, giraffes, and crocodiles, species that would be unthinkable in today's Sahara. These images are evidence of significant climatic shifts that transformed the region from a green paradise into the vast desert it is now. The drawings also reveal complex human activities, from hunting scenes to illustrations of early domesticated animals like cattle, offering clues about the transition from wandering lifestyles to more settled forms of living. Number 16. The Desert Breath. This massive artwork, known as Desert Breath, features elaborate geometric patterns carefully carved into the desert floor. It might sound like something made by extraterrestrials, but it's actually the creation of a group of talented artists. What's even more fascinating is that Desert Breath isn't a static piece. It's designed to evolve over time. As desert winds blow across the installation, the patterns shift and change, creating a mesmerizing, ever-changing display of shapes and shadows. Desert Breath was crafted by the Desert Art Sand Team DAST, a collaborative group of artists and architects who aim to merge art with the natural beauty of the desert landscape. They wanted to create something that people could admire and contemplate, and they succeeded brilliantly. Yet, the meaning of Desert Breath remains hidden in mystery. Some believe it symbolizes the cycle of life, earth, and rebirth, serving as a visual reminder of the eternal retreating and flow of existence. Others see it as a metaphor for our connection with the desert, a reminder of our bond with nature and the constantly changing landscapes that shape our world. Number 15. Prehistoric Megalake. Beneath the sands of the Sahara Desert, there lies an ancient mystery. Scientists have dug up evidence of a massive lake that formed approximately 250,000 years ago. This lake emerged when the Nile River surged through a low passage near Wadi Tushka, causing a tremendous flood that spread across the eastern Sahara. At its peak, this lake covered an astonishing area of over 42,000 square miles. Interestingly, scientists weren't initially searching for this ancient lake. Instead, they stumbled upon its traces while analyzing radar images of Egypt, taken by the Space Shuttle Radar Topography mission. By examining the radar data, which included images of wind-blown sediments, sediment layers shaped by running water, and bedrock beneath the sands, researchers were able to reconstruct the profile of this ancient mega lake. Egypt's incredibly dry climate allowed the radar to reveal clear subsurface features. To their surprise, the scientists discovered not just one, but two ancient lakes. Besides the enormous lake, they identified a second, smaller lake that existed at a lower elevation of 623 feet above sea level, covering an area of 18,600 square miles. These discoveries add to the growing body of evidence about numerous ancient lakes in North Africa during the early and middle Pleistocene years. Such lakes may have played a crucial role in shaping early human migration patterns across the continent. Number 14. The Pyramids of Meroe. This vast desert spans across several countries, many of which once housed pyramids. Among these ancient marvels are the Pyramids of Meroe, located in Sudan. When these pyramids were first uncovered, they captivated many with their impressive glory, with some even claiming they were among the most magnificent ever discovered. You might think these pyramids are the work of the Egyptians, who are famously known for their pyramid structures. However, these particular pyramids were actually built by the Kingdom of Kush. During their time, the Kushites were a powerful and wealthy empire. These pyramids were constructed from granite and sandstone in a unique Nubian style. Unlike the massive pyramids of Giza, which stand nearly 5 times taller, the Meroe pyramids have smaller bases and steep slopes, reaching heights between 20 and 100 feet. The shifting sands of the desert have helped preserve these structures remarkably well, keeping them intact over the centuries. These pyramids are not just historically significant, but also major tourist attractions in Sudan. The shifting sands of the desert, whether in Egypt, Sudan, or elsewhere, often buried these pyramids, making them hard to locate. Only locals knew their whereabouts until archaeologists managed to excavate them, which was a significant achievement. Number 13. World War II Plain. Decades have passed since the fierce battles of the North African campaign came to an end, but a recent discovery in the unforgiving Egyptian desert has reignited interest among historians and the media alike. In May 2012, a Polish oil company worker stumbled upon the remains of a Curtiss P-40 Kitty Hawk fighter plane, a rugged, American-built aircraft that likely served the Royal Air Force during World War II. This plane, part of the U.S. Lend-Lease program supporting the North African campaign, had been missing since June 28, 1942, when its pilot, Flight Sergeant Dennis Kopping, was forced to make an emergency landing in the vast Sahara Desert. In the spring and summer of 1942, German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel's Panzer Army Africa relentlessly pushed the British and Commonwealth forces of the 8th Army across vast stretches of desert, driving them toward the Egyptian frontier. By the end of summer, under the command of General Bernard L. Montgomery, the British forces were regrouping, preparing for a counter-offensive that would culminate in the Battle of El Alamein. This decisive battle, which began in October 1942, resulted in a significant Allied victory and became a turning point in the war against Nazi Germany. Flight Sergeant Kopping's ordeal may have been part of the desperate efforts to ready every available British aircraft for the impending battle. According to military historian Andy Saunders, the 24-year-old pilot likely lost his way, flying in the wrong direction despite the attempts of a fellow RAF pilot to guide him back on course. Unfortunately, Kopping remained unaware of his mistake. As the plane ran out of fuel, he made a rough landing in the desert. The impact damaged the aircraft, tearing away the propeller and nose and causing the landing gear to collapse. Surprisingly, the cockpit was found with minimal interior damage, its instruments intact and the frame structurally sound, suggesting that Kopping likely survived the crash. Number 12. Earliest grave of the Stone Age people. While searching for dinosaur bones in the Sahara, scientists stumbled upon a truly astonishing find: a vast cemetery containing around 200 graves. These graves held the remains of people who lived in the Sahara as far back as 10,000 years ago, a time when the region was rich and green. This ancient graveyard, dating back to the Stone Age, is the largest of its kind ever discovered. Following this discovery, scientists dedicated an additional 2 years to meticulously studying the area and the remains. They unearthed a variety of artifacts, including pottery fragments, fish hooks, stone tools, arrows carved from animal bones, and other intriguing items. The region was once home to 2 distinct cultures, the Gobero and the Tenarian. The Gobero people, also known as Kifians, were tall and robust, living in the area from around 10,000 to 8,000 years ago. Their era was followed by a 1,000-year drought, during which the land became barren. However, when the area became fertile once more, the Tenarian people moved in, residing there until about 5,000 years ago. Unlike the Gobero, the Tenarian were physically smaller, and their pottery featured different designs. What's particularly striking is the unusual way these people were buried. For instance, one adult Tenarian male was laid to rest with his skull propped on a fragment of a clay vessel, while another was buried in a seated position on a turtle shell. Number 11. Machimosaurus rex. Amid the vast, endless expanse of the Sahara Desert, an extraordinary discovery has taken the scientific community by storm. A gigantic ancient crocodile unlike anything ever encountered before. Archaeologists, while exploring the deserts of Tunisia, accidentally uncovered the fossilized remains of this enormous sea-dwelling predator, prompting a major rewrite of our understanding of prehistoric life. This massive creature, named Machimosaurus rex, stretched over 30 feet long and weighed a staggering 3 tons, making it a true giant of its time. Experts from the University of Bologna have drawn comparisons to the size of a bus, highlighting its unrivaled status as a top predator. In its heyday, this beast ruled the waters with an iron grip. What makes this discovery even more fascinating is the revelation that the site where the fossil was found might have once been a lagoon connected to a vast ocean. Alongside the mighty Machimosaurus rex, researchers also uncovered the remains of fish and turtles, which have yet to be fully identified. As a fearsome predator, the Machimosaurus rex likely employed ambush tactics or scavenged to secure its meals, ensuring its dominance in the ancient waters it once inhabited. Number 10. Large sea creatures. The Sahara wasn't always the arid landscape we know today. It was once home to massive sea creatures. The Sahara Desert housed catfish of extraordinary size, along with enormous sea snakes that you probably can't even imagine. The sea that covered the Sahara was about 50 meters deep and spanned over 3,000 square kilometers. Within this expansive sea, there were catfish reaching up to 1 meters in length, sea snakes stretching to an astonishing 12.3 meters, and a type of bony fish known as osteichthyes, which grew up to 1.2 meters long. Scientists believe that these creatures experienced a phenomenon known as gigantism during their time. Evolutionary biologists have long discussed the concept of island gigantism, where species living on isolated islands grow much larger than their mainland counterparts. This gigantism is thought to occur because of abundant resources, fewer predators, or perhaps a combination of both. Number 9. Wa'an Namas. The Wa'an Namas in the Sahara Desert is one of the most mysterious places on Earth. This place and it's a volcano in Libya that stands out for its unusual and captivating features. Imagine a desert waterhole nestled within a volcanic crater. That's exactly what Wa'an Namas is. This volcanic field spans about 4 kilometers in width and is surrounded by a dark black ash deposit that stretches 10 to 20 kilometers across. The stark contrast between the black ash and the surrounding yellowish desert makes this place impossible to miss. But what makes Wa'an Namas even more intriguing is its name, which translates to the crater of the mosquitoes. The lakes within this waterhole are a home for mosquitoes, meaning that even in the middle of the desert, you can't escape these pesky, blood-sucking insects. However, there's a silver lining. If you ever find yourself wandering through this harsh landscape and don't mind the mosquitoes, you can drink the fresh water from these lakes. Unlike the nearby salt lakes, this waterhole provides a rare source of fresh water, making it a crucial stop for ancient caravans traveling long distances across the desert. The beauty of Wa'an Namas is undeniable, and the photos of this hidden gem are truly stunning. While it's not a destination that many people would recommend visiting due to the harsh conditions, if you do happen to venture there, it might just be worth enduring the heat and the mosquito bites for the experience of a lifetime. Number 8. The Iron Man of Sahara. In 1993, however, a man did something truly extraordinary. He beat the odds and survived the harsh burning conditions of the Sahara. That man was a French adventurer named Émile Larrey. Driven by his adventurous spirit, Émile decided to explore Morocco in his aging Citroën 2CV. But his journey took an unexpected turn when he was stopped by Moroccan forces near Tantan, who warned him to turn back due to civil unrest in the region. Émile, however, was not one to be easily discouraged, and he chose to continue. This fateful decision led to an accident that left him stranded in one of the most unforgiving landscapes on Earth. Instead of giving in to despair, Émile displayed incredible resilience and creativity. Stranded in the middle of the Sahara, with nothing but a broken-down car and limited tools, he devised an audacious plan. He decided to transform his unusable car into a makeshift motorcycle. Using the car's body as a temporary shelter, Émile repurposed the remaining parts, modifying the chassis, reattaching the wheels, and ingeniously positioning the engine and gearbox at the center. With no proper workshop and only his resourcefulness to rely on, he carefully reconfigured the vehicle. After numerous challenges and setbacks, Émile finally completed his creation, a unique DIY motorcycle crafted entirely from the remnants of his car. With a mix of relief and joy, he set off across the Sahara on his makeshift motorcycle. It was a feat few people could ever dream of accomplishing, yet Émile Larrey did it, turning a dire situation into a remarkable story of survival and ingenuity. Number 7. Dinosaur fossils. During the Cretaceous period, roughly 100 million years ago, this landscape was a far cry from the barren desert we know. It was a rich environment, filled with rivers, wetlands, and dense vegetation, making it an ideal habitat for a variety of massive creatures. Among the most formidable of these was the dinosaur, a fearsome predator that ruled the land. This dinosaur was part of a family of bird-footed dinosaurs, which is known for their powerful build, sharp teeth, and short muscular arms. Unlike the more famous Tyrannosaurus rex, dinosaurs had a distinct appearance, with a stocky skull adorned with ridges and horns, giving it a threatening look that matched its predatory nature. The discovery of dinosaurs in the Sahara was nothing short of groundbreaking. Archaeologists were stunned to find evidence of such a large carnivore in this region, as it suggested that the Sahara was once a thriving ecosystem capable of supporting massive predators. The bones found were remarkably well preserved, allowing scientists to reconstruct the dinosaur's fearsome visage and better understand its role in the ancient food chain. Further analysis of the dead remains revealed that dinosaurs were not just a solitary predator, but likely one of the dominant species in its environment. Its powerful legs suggest it was a fast and agile hunter, capable of taking down large prey with ease. Number 6. Lost civilization. Scientists have recently uncovered compelling evidence of a lost civilization in a remote area of the Sahara in Libya. Thanks to satellite imagery, researchers have identified over 100 fortified farms and villages, complete with castle-like structures and bustling towns, most of which date back to between 1 and 500 AD. These impressive settlements were built by the Garamantes, an ancient civilization that was far more sophisticated and historically important than we once believed. Contrary to old Roman accounts, which dismissed the Garamantes as barbaric travelers and troublemakers on the fringes of the Roman Empire, this discovery paints a very different picture. The Garamantes were, in fact, highly advanced, with a rich culture that challenges our understanding of ancient history. Researchers have found the remains of a grand castle-like complex, with walls still standing as high as 13 feet. They also uncovered evidence of homes, cemeteries, well-organized agricultural fields, wells, and intricate irrigation systems, clearly indicating a thriving and well-developed society. Number 5. Cave of Swimmers. The Cave of Swimmers is a fascinating site where ancient rock art has been discovered, almost as if the people of long ago wanted us to uncover these hidden treasures, or perhaps they simply enjoyed drawing. This intriguing cave, located in Libya, features artwork that is believed to date back at least 10,000 years. The name comes from the way humans are illustrated on the cave walls. They appear to be swimming, though in reality, they are not. Alongside these swimming figures, there are also illustrations of various animals, including hippos and giraffes. It might seem odd to us today that people would create such drawings in a cave, but it's important to remember that back then, they didn't have the same forms of communication we do now. This was their way of expressing themselves, recording their history, and perhaps even conveying something of deep significance to them. The meaning behind these drawings may remain a mystery, but by studying them, we can uncover insights into the lives of the people who created them and what their world was like. Number 4. Gobero skeletons. In the heart of the Sahara Desert, a breathtaking discovery lies hidden, a vast cemetery that holds the remains of our ancient ancestors. This incredible find was uncovered by a team of courageous scientists led by the legendary dinosaur hunter, Paul Sereno. While searching for dinosaur bones, they stumbled upon something even more extraordinary. 200 graves, some dating back an astonishing 10,000 years. These graves offer a fascinating window into a time when the now barren Sahara was a lush landscape, teeming with life, including a massive 6-foot-long perch. This monumental burial ground, the largest ever found in the Sahara, reveals the captivating history and untold stories of the people who once thrived in what is now a desert wasteland. As Sereno's team carefully examined the skeletal remains within the graves, they unearthed more than just bones. Pottery fragments, fish hooks, stone tools, and harpoons, skillfully crafted from animal bones, were also discovered, shedding light on the vibrant cultures that once called this region home. Among these ancient peoples were the Kiphians, a tall and sturdy group who flourished between 10,000 and 8,000 years ago. Their civilization came to an end when a 1,000-year drought turned the land into a barren desert. Number 3. Meteorite older than the Earth. 3 years ago, a meteorite crashed into the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert, sparking intrigue among scientists. This extraordinary find was unearthed near Ben Taku in southern Algeria, within the sprawling Ergchech Sand Sea. In honor of its discovery location, the meteorite was named ERG Chech 002, or EC002. Following years of meticulous study, scientists have determined that this ancient rock is approximately 4.6 billion years old, dating back to a time before our solar system even formed. It's a relic from a bygone era, and experts believe that it might have been destroyed or absorbed by larger planets as they migrated closer to the sun. Yet, against all odds, EC002 survived, offering a rare glimpse into the early days of the universe. This meteorite is a fragment of a protoplanet, a massive body of matter that once orbited the sun or another star during the early stages of planet formation. Its surface is rough, adorned with green crystals, and it originated from magma or molten rock, classifying it as an igneous rock. According to scientists, the magma that formed EC002 was once heated to burning 1,220 degrees Celsius, and took around 100,000 years to cool down. Despite everything that has been learned about this ancient meteorite, one mystery remains. While other bodies from the same time have either disintegrated or evolved into planets, EC002 has persisted, surviving the harshness of space and time. This remarkable survival makes EC002 one of the most mysterious discoveries in the field of planetary science. Number 2. The Nabta Playa. This ancient site, located deep within the vast Saharan desert, is said to be over 7,000 years old, making it the oldest known astronomical site in the world. These stones were carefully arranged to track the summer height, allowing the ancient people to predict the arrival of the monsoon season. The true wonder of Nabta Playa lies in how its creators, using nothing but their knowledge of the skies and the earth, managed to construct something so precise that it still baffles experts today. They not only made it work, but they also left behind a legacy that continues to puzzle and inspire modern minds. Today, this site stands as a vital piece of human history, and organizations like UNESCO are dedicated to preserving its beauty and mystery for future generations. Number 1. Timbuktu. Timbuktu can either be seen as one of the most unusual destinations or one of the most historically significant places in all of Africa. For me, as a child, whenever I asked my mother where we were headed, she would jokingly reply with Timbuktu, which always frustrated me and made me dread the idea of going anywhere. In modern culture, the word Timbuktu has come to symbolize a place so distant and remote that it feels almost impossible to reach. This has led to it being used more as slang than as a reference to the incredible history it once held. Nestled in the heart of the Sahara Desert, it's a place whose existence might seem improbable. Yet, against all odds, it not only thrived, but also survived to this day. The true history of Timbuktu is twisted with many people and empires, most notably the Mali Empire. During its golden age, Timbuktu was a major trade home, bustling with activity due to the numerous trade routes that converged there. It also became one of the world's most important centers of learning, renowned for its thriving book trade. Over time, the city fell into decline and lost much of its former glory. However, Timbuktu remains a UNESCO World Heritage Site, ensuring that its legacy will be preserved for future generations to discover and learn about its remarkable past. What other ancient civilizations lost to time might still be waiting to be unearthed? How could these newfound revelations change our understanding of history, culture, and the very origins of human life? Share your thoughts and comments below.